In today's video, we're going to be talking about tools for your spring projects. We're going to go through some basic hand tools to some power tools, a little bit of safety equipment, as well as some surfaces to work off of. With these tips, you'll be ready to start your projects. So let's get going. So now that you're getting into your spring projects, you're going to want to be sure to gather all the tools you're going to need for those projects. Screwdrivers are always a must. So whether you like to use individual screwdrivers or a multi-tip, it's a good chance to take a look at those tips, make sure they're not worn or that you're not missing any of the ones you're going to need. You'll want to be sure you've got a good assortment of drill bits, and if you're buying drill bits, invest the money, buy good ones. Buying the cheap ones just leads to broken bits and heartache. You're going to have whatever type of screw gun you typically like to use, be it a drill type or impact or even an electric one. As far as hammer goes, it's one of the most important tools in your toolkit. Just make sure it's in good condition and the handle's good and clean. And as well, to get yourself organized, you'll want to have your tool pouch so you can have a place for your screws and nails, a place to hang your hammer, even have a holster on it so you can have your screw gun at your side when you need it. Like most projects that you'll be doing, they'll involve tools that are either sharp, pointed, or create flying debris. So it's really important that part of your toolbox includes at least your safety glasses and a good pair of safety gloves. Somewhere in your project, you're going to be either measuring, having square lines, square corners, straight cuts, and hanging properly. You're going to need some of this equipment. One of the most important tools for you to have in your toolbox is a good measuring tape. Whichever brand you prefer to use is great, but just make sure it's large enough to read the numbers and retracts well and easy to clip on your belt. The type and size of the job that you're working on will dictate what you need for a level, whether it's a 4-foot level or just a 6-inch torpedo level, or maybe just a little line level. In other words, you're just going to drive your stakes, run your string, hang your line level, and you'll be all set. So in your project, if you're having to make sure you've got straight cuts or straight corners, you're going to want to be using a square. Whether it's a full-size framing square or even just a tri-square, you have to have one of these in order to make sure you've got an accurate job done. Of course, if you're working with wood, you've got your own favorite handsaw. You just want to make sure that the handle on that is good and that it's nice and sharp and ready to go. Otherwise, you're going to be working with materials such as wood, metal, plastic. So if you're looking to cut that, you're going to need some of the saws like you see here. A good recip saw is ideal for cutting any material you need in some of the strangest places that you ever wind up into. You've got a compound chop saw, which is quick and fast for cutting off studs, rafters, whatever you need to do. Of course, a jigsaw, scroll saw is ideal for the smaller projects. Every toolbox has a skill saw. One of the best woodworking tools you can have is a table saw. They're much more economical to purchase, they're lightweight, and they're portable. If you've got a large spring project to do, table saw is a great item to have. Some last items to consider is a good working ladder, as well as some sawhorses for your larger projects. Thanks for watching today's video on tools for spring projects. Hope that the tips we shared with you help you get your projects done this spring.